What's going on, everybody? This your boy Town Biz. Got a special guest in the building. Got my man, one of my favorite people to bring on here. Got Brian Norman Sr. on here. What's going on, B? What's going on, man?
What's happening? What's happening?
All right, man. So we about a little bit under 3 weeks and some change out from the big fight going down
Let
November
me see
22nd.
today. I mean, that
Yeah.
got close up.
All right. Hey, so how do you feel that you getting closer to the fight? Do you got any butterflies, or is it just gonna be another day at the
Yeah.
office?
Nah, I don't. I don't. Nah, I don't. I ain't had that in a long time, man. Like I said, I mean, what helped me out is knowing what you got. You know what I'm saying? Knowing what he can do. You feel me? I ain't had butterflies in a long. I ain't had butterflies in the amateurs. Yeah, I ain't
So
had butterflies for that. I ain't had no butterflies at all. I don't care who we've been in there with since the Amazon. I didn't have butterflies with Santillon. I didn't have butterflies. I didn't have, but I never had, I haven't had butterflies since the Amazon. Because again, I
so
believe in him. And then be put in so much work. Be putting in so much work. He literally does every single thing he could possibly do right. So in my mind, the only thing that can stop him is divine intervention. And if divine intervention chooses to step in and stop him, then that is what it is. Who am I to argue with that? You get what I'm saying? But other than that, I know what I'm looking at. I know what I'm doing. I know what God gave me up in here. I know what he gave me as far as my vision for what I see. That's why if you ever talk to B, he gonna let you know everything I say come true. You feel what I'm saying? He gonna let you know when I tell him to do something, he don't listen, it don't work. You know what I'm talking about? So it's only two things that can happen here that could do anything. That's divine intervention. And I want to say this B Norman not being B Norman, but I ain't gonna lie to you, and I'm not trying to diminish Devin Haney or nothing else. But the fighter that I see in Devin Haney, a not so good Brian Norman will still beat him. And I'm just being real with you. That's just my feeling. So B
so
ain't
you
even
don't
gotta be no. I'm just keeping real. I don't great accolades, great this, great that. But when I go back and I look at the wars you're going through with 135 pounders, I'm looking at you grabbing and holding with for dear life from power. These 130 man, listen to me. He just put on an 8-ounce gloves yesterday. Because that's how you do it. You know, he used 18-ounce gloves. So he trains in 18-ounce gloves.
okay?
So that's what he do the whole. That's what he do on the regular. That's what he do the whole time, sparring 16s. But he trains in 18s, right? So anytime you see him, he got the red gloves on. They're 18. Close the door for me, dog. Close the door. I'm coming. No, no, go out, boy. Go, go out. I'm coming. Go, go. I'll see you in a minute. So anyway, 18s. Anytime you see them red winter gloves or what on, they're 18s. You know what I'm saying? Them 18-ounce gloves. So what we do is we do that all the way up to close to time. When it's time to put them eights on, you can't pad them. I tell anybody, like, I tell you what, if you don't believe he hit as hard as I say he do, just put the pads on. You ain't even got to get hit by it. Put the pads on. You can't pad them for long. That shit hurt. It hurt your hand through the pad. So there's no way in the world I'm watching Devin Haney grab, clinch, hold for dear life, run, be fearful of these guys, and you finna get in there with this motherfucker?
Yeah.
And it ain't a way in the world. He don't know what he in for. That's what I keep trying to he don't know. I've watched, man, we done had times where my son, we went, this is when he was young, 15. We went just real quick. We drove far. We drove far. It was still in Georgia, but it was like somewhere in the backwoods country. So we down there and be about 15. He looks like a kid, clearly. No hair on his face, no nothing. Kid, I think he fought 139 at the time. So anyway, this dude was probably about 165. Dude pacing the yard as we go, because B already had a reputation for beating up people. You know what I'm saying? He been doing this. So the dude is pacing. He pacing the whole time. So they doing what they doing. They're doing around robin. So they doing what they doing, whatever else. But the dude, he been the spar. And I'm like, damn. I'm worried. As I said, I was worried as an amateur. So I'm like, damn, this is a grown ass man, full hair, everything, like mid-30s, everything. I'm like, damn, what weight is he again? You know what I'm saying? So they tell me, I'm like, shit, if he that weight, I mean, if you that weight, we good. If you close to the weight, 160, I told you 160, 165. we ain't never got a problem with sparring you. It is what it is. 170 beat shit, beat just dropped a 190 pounder yesterday, Friday. You feel what I'm saying? So if you anywhere around that way, so anyway, they get in the ring. They went in the ring 30 seconds. The dude nutted up. When B started hitting him and shit like that, he nutted up. He started grabbing, holding, trying to slam B. It got all rough and rugged, and they just had to pull it. He couldn't. So like I say, I'm looking at Devin Haney and what he do. It's a lot of things you got to look at. You know what I'm saying? I know these other fighters, these other trainers don't know what I know. I know they're not doing what I do. I know they don't have the mentality I got. I had to realize what I got myself through them talking shit to me about what I don't know. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I know for a fact I know what I know. I know for a fact I've been in this shit for over 30 years. I know for a fact I got over 30 fights. I know for a fact I've been training my son since 70 years old. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact my son went up there, and when he went to the Nationals, he pretty much won the Nationals except one. You know what I'm saying? I know what I know what I've been dealing with. So I'm not finna let people who tell me what he can't do overpower what I know for 100% fact. What I see time after time after time after time again. You feel me? And then Devin Haney, like I keep telling people, I'm less worried about Devin Haney than I was Derek Cuevas or Ajin Sasaki because they had the power to catch him. Now, does Devin have the ability to catch him or hurt him? Absolutely, he's a grown man. Absolutely. You feel what I'm saying? I keep referring back to Martin Bacoli against, I think, Joseph Parker. When he hit him, he grazed him on top of the head. I go back and I watch when Kimbo Slice got beat the first time by that dude with the pink hair. He badly grazed him. You feel what I'm saying? I've been in the ring myself. So it's about what happened. But to me, that's divine intervention when some of that started taking place. You feel me? Does Devin Haney have the probability of stopping him? Absolutely not. Does he have the boxing ability that people believe he got of fending off Brian Norman Jr.? Absolutely fucking not. I'm watching this man. I'm watching how scary he is. I'm watching how flinchy he is. I'm watching this shit. I know what the fuck I'm looking at.
So let me ask you this, B. Do you guys plan, as soon as the bell ring, do you plan to try to make Devin Haney uncomfortable? Come on,
No.
man. Are you going
No,
after him right away? I know you can't tell. Come on, man. This is me you talking to. Tell me a little something. Do you plan to make him uncomfortable right away? Do you plan to try to get comfortable with trying to, make him uncomfortable?
Understand
Are you going to try to do what duplicate what Ryan Garcia did, where he clipped Devin and he kind of had Devin hurt throughout the fight, but Devin was able at least to fight through it for most of the fight until like the second half of the fight, and he started getting clipped, and then he ended up getting dropped like 3 times. So is that what you guys plan on doing?
I'm glad you brought up Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia was fucking horrible that night. Ryan Garcia looked horrible. The person that people keep saying Devin Haney is, again, he gets all the credit for who he be. He get all the credit for what he done. He get the credit for me for Youngest Undisputed. I'm giving him credit, all the credit in the world too. I ain't never took the credit away, and I'm still not taking the credit away. But I know what I'm looking at. I know what I'm looking at. You understand what I'm saying? I know that ain't no 135-pound fighter finna get in the ring with Brian Norman Jr. and do none of that shit. We ain't even finna fight. He finna knock you the fuck around. That's what he gonna do. With the exception of a Tank at the time, and B was walking around in the 150s when he sparred Tank. With the exception of who else we sparred? I got a couple. It's only 3 people. It was 3 135 pounds. The other one, same thing, knocked him around. Like, the shit was crazy. He knocked him around. So I'm looking at it like, what the fuck we looking at? You know what I'm saying? What we doing? Right? You know what I mean? And to me, to make myself sure, in all of these fights that I've been through, all of these even the fighters with the Santillon that he was expected to lose and everything else, they make me more confident in my beliefs. Cause I'm like, listening to everybody else, I was tripping. That's what they was telling me. Giovanni Santillon, to be exact. I was tripping. My son can't beat Santillon. My son, you feel what I'm saying? This man, woo, my son, 23 years old, just turned 23 years old. He can't beat Santillon. He coming off these 2 horrible performances. He can't beat Santillon. Santillon just went to California and did what he did to Alexis Rocha, dominated Alexis Rocha at his own game, fought him on the inside, did what he did to him. Me, I went and looked at the fight with Santillon. I'm on every single interview saying what I'm saying right now. I went and looked at the fight like, I don't see it. I'm like, Nah, I don't see that right there. You telling me that's gonna be Brian Norman Jr.? I don't see it. There's not a person on this earth that's seen Brian Norman Jr. more than me. Not even Brian Norman Jr. because he don't get to watch himself. I get to watch him. So there's not a person walking this earth that has seen Brian Norman Jr. more than me. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it like I don't see it. So I told everybody, like, man, you don't think this, and that's why I was trying to bet all that money. I ended up getting a good bet off or whatever else because I couldn't get out, I ain't in the betting state, so I couldn't get out what I wanted to get off or whatever else. But I was going to win a lot of money on that shit. I was going to win 200,000 I ended up winning 50 on it. You feel what I'm saying? Because I had to bet through the bullshit side. But I knew what I knew, and he was a 4-1 underdog. And I'm like, oh yeah, y'all about to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that fight right there in particular made me understand and know who I am as opposed to all of these YouTubers, Ness to be exact, Blue Blood, all of them. They don't know. I'm being real. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. They fans of the sport. Bill Haney, you're a fucking fan of the sport. Your partner, your boy, B is nigga in the town. He's a fan of the sport. He know. Listen, he looked at Floyd. He had a business from the beginning. I know what he did. He had a business from the beginning. He got a son. You do what the type of shit Donald Trump do. You put your son around the best. You switch around this, woo, woo. You're going to pick up game. You're going to pick up notoriety. You're going to pick up clout. You're going to pick up all of that. That's what it was. As simple as that. You feel what I'm saying? I'm looking at it from a gritty side of like, well, shit, we've been fucking up shit since we've been fighting. We used to go to fights. True story. We'll go to fights and the motherfucker wouldn't even show up at the glove table. Swear to God, on all my kids' life, wouldn't even show up at the glove table because they knew they would fight. You feel what I'm saying? So I've been there. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. Like I said, my confidence is unwithered, it's unbroken. Long as Brian Norman Jr. doing, like I said, he could be half of him. He gonna beat Devin Haney, not gonna beat him. Devin Haney not bigger than him. He not stronger than him. He not nothing than him. He not faster than him. He not more athletic than him. He not nothing. I don't see none of what y'all talking about. And I can't wait to show it on November the 22nd. I don't see none of that shit. Again,
so you almost guaranteeing that this fight is not going to this. Let me ask you something, Brian. Have you looked at the betting odds? Because last time I checked, you guys were the favorite, if I'm not mistaken. So
we the favorite, but them ain't the odds I'm looking at. I'm looking at the knockout odds. I just looked last night. I can tell you what they did last night. DraftKings got it according to ChatGPT. I looked at it last night to let you know how serious I am about it. I'm trying to figure out, do I want to wait? Because I'm going to give my partner some money, some real money, and then I'm going to leave because I'm going to be in Saudi.
Whoa.
So I'm going to give my partner some money, some real money. I'm going to be in Saudi. So I'm like, shit, what's the best way to do it? Do we do DraftKings or do we drive to Tennessee or somewhere that's a betting state? And make it in the casino because that's the easiest way to collect your money and you ain't got to worry about no paperwork, no other shit like that. You feel me? So that's probably the way I'm gonna go. But yeah, I was looking last night. DraftKings got it at. I'm looking at the knockout. Fuck the odds of the fight. I'm not worried about that. Because he's not standing in the ring with Brian Norman for no 12 rounds. You can go back and look at whatever you want to look at. 10 rounds, B went. 10 rounds, they hanging their hat on Quentin Rounder. That's what everybody hanging their hat on. B was 22 years old. Quentin Randall had been talking shit. Quentin Randall had said that he was going to get top rank to drop him. Quentin Randall did all kind of things like that. Quentin Randall got 74-inch reach. Quentin Randall is 6 foot, 6'1". Quentin Randall is completely different fighter than Devin Haney. You understand what I'm saying? B had to leap in to get past that 74-inch reach sometime. He had to double jab and do something. He don't have to do this to Devin Haney. Devin Haney is right in his face. Devin Haney is right in his reach. In my eyes, there was absolutely nothing Devin Haney can do. They want to say he want to run and pot shot. Well, okay, when you stop the pot shot, guess what you're going to be? You're going to be in range to get hit. You don't even punch that much, Devin Haney. You don't even punch that fucking much. His punch output is not high. You listen to Troy Alder, his sparring partner he thought was doing him a favor, really did him an injustice. His sparring partner said he learned how to slow shit down. Gotta know what you're listening at. Slow-paced fights. All of his fights are like that. Quentin Round used to do the same thing. Go back and watch. I studied that like a motherfucker too. That's how Quentin Round used to beat his fight, like, because I went and watched all his Quentin Round. I used to watch what he did. I used to watch the people he was fighting in other fights, and then I go watch them against Quentin Randall. He slowed them down. It's a way to slow him down, and I know how to slow him down. You feel what I'm saying? There's nothing about this that Bill Haney, nobody he got, all these so-called fighters he got, Zab Judah, whatever. Zab Judah ain't a better trainer than me. How Zab Judah better trainer than me? He ain't never trained he ain't never trained no world champion. He ain't never trained on nothing. He ain't never trained a national champion, a state champion. He ain't never trained on nothing. You feel what I'm saying? So who do you have right now that's a better trainer than me that's proven? Mickey Bay. He ain't he ain't what, Devin Haney? Well, against the 135 pounders. That's about all you got to hang your hat on, and then they go back to my first argument. I'm gonna give you everything you want. I want the best Devin Haney. I want that nigga to come in there feeling like Superman. That's what I want. And this ain't just so he won't run, because I'm not worried about him running. We got something for that too. I know what Devin Haney defense is. See, to me, people are looking for Devin Haney to become this person that he is not. They're looking at him. They're looking for him to become this person that they think he has the potential to be. Oh, he won 47. He gonna feel out. He gonna have plenty of power. How you know? You ain't seen it. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, he ain't got to cut down. How do you know? You ain't seen it. Oh, he gonna stand there and fight him, and he gonna bully him. You have seen that, and you seen what happened when that happens against 135 pounds. You seen what happened when he did that against Ryan. Ain't nowhere in the world he gonna stand in the middle of the ring and fight. That'd be the dumbest shit in the world. They'll see that Bill Haney thought he planted out there. Somebody he gonna step to him and tattoo. He ain't gonna do none of that shit. You gonna get the hell on. And if he does do it, that's gonna be an earlier night for him. There's no way out of this. That's how I'm looking at it. And I'm talking big shit. There's no way out of this. There's no way out of this.
Well, that's why I brought you on here. So you saying basically you pretty much ready for anything. You pretty much been watching tape. So you saying you basically been in the lab. So you saying you gonna have an answer for any new tricks, even if Devin pulls something that you haven't seen before. So you saying you just gonna be ready.
That's where you go. That's what
No, I'm asking. This is what I'm asking. That's why I brought you on here.
That's perfect. I'm glad you said what you said. Any new tricks. So now your new tricks, because the old tricks is some bullshit. I ain't seen them. The old tricks is bullshit against a 147 pounder. Your old tricks is bullshit against somebody your side. So now you saying you have to worry about a fighter in Devin Haney to do what you want him to do or what you hope he would do, and pull out some new tricks that on record have not been tried in a real fight. They haven't been tried. So now they ain't been battle tested. You feel what I'm saying? So these tricks you're talking about ain't been tested. You feel me? That's called a Hail Mary. Hail Mary got a chance of working and it got a chance of not working. The chances of a Hail Mary working are usually 70-30. 7 Hail Marys usually don't work. It's just that. It's a last ditch effort. Well, let's throw a Hail Mary. Woo! That's what it is.
So you talking about the Doug? You talking about like the Doug Flutie played from like '85 to Hail Mary Doug Flutie through.
That's what I'm saying. And look how far you had to go back to get that. Look how far you had to go back to get that.
1985.
1985. There's gonna be a last ditch effort. It's gonna be some Hail Mary shit, boxing wise, boxing abilities, foot movement. B will beat Devin Haney in a foot race. He'll beat him in a street fight. He'll beat him in a basketball game. He'll beat him in a football game. He'll beat him in a soccer game. He'll beat that nigga in anything. He will. He'll beat that nigga in anything. He'll out jump that nigga. He will beat him in anything. And I would bet any amount of money on that too. Whatever the fuck it is that Devin think he do, I'm looking at Devin Haney. To Brian Norman Jr., to me, he's whatever. He's down here. That's how I look at it. He ain't got it. Brian Norman Jr. He been that. He been that way. We didn't have to build up muscle to get no motherfucking weight. You got Bill Haney talking shit, talking about what did he do? Is he trying to squeeze down into the weight? No, you dickhead. He was 152 and he walked around 5 pounds above his fight weight. Nigga, why you walking around 30 pounds above your motherfucking fight weight? You was such a sissy, you had to go down to 135. Nigga, we were man enough to go down to 147. And stayed there. Stayed there. You feel what I'm saying? Devin Haney, when you have mixes, he don't get up and fight. He don't get in fights. Devin Haney don't get in fights in the ring. He don't get mixed up in fights. So we already know what he's gonna do when it comes to that. He don't fight. Brian Norman will fight you. He will box you. He will do whatever the fuck it is you want to do today. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever it is you got on to do today. You know what I mean? Oh, and not to mention about Quentin Rounder. B was so anxious. That was his first fight with two good hands. He fought all of his fights before Quentin Rounder with bad hands. Either the left hand was bad at one time or the right hand was bad at one time. They both, because he had little bone spurs in the back of his hand that he got fixed on both of them. That shit is not a problem no more. You feel what I'm saying? He used to it. He see what it is. Fuck all that boxing. Fuck all that moving to in his time. But he can still do it when he needs to do it. He can still step when he needs to step. You feel what I'm saying? So again, I know what I'm looking at. We done been in there with the best when it comes to outside the ring. When we trying to get in there with the so-called best right now inside the ring. It's our time. It's our time to show that we are what we are. And it's Devin Haney time to prove that he is who he say he is, and that he ain't just weight bully everybody. That he wasn't just too goddamn big and picking on little niggas. That it wasn't just which I know it was. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not discrediting him, but it was just a smart, very smart business move by Bill Haney, and I gave him all the props in the world for that. Nigga, you took a fucking Gamboa. You took a Gamboa after 5 motherfucking losses. What, 5? I think he had 5. 3 or 5. Nigga been 3. Nigga been knocked out by everybody but you. I think he had 3 losses at the time. Had been 38 years old, been knocked out by everybody but you. Flat-footed right in front of you. Linares been knocked out 5 times or lost 5 times. Flat-footed right there in front of you, and you caught hell in that fight. Jojo Diaz, 64-inch reach, 5. Nigga, I know the play. I know these are little bit ass guys. You in there with a real monster now. So again, we're gonna show.
Okay. Yeah, so I also wanted to ask you, because I know this is personal to you, but I wanted to ask you, what did you think of Booth's performance, recently, because, is Booth still on the radar?
It was nothing. It was nothing. It was to be expected. It was a bunch of fluff. And I don't want to talk. Bye, boy. I'll see you later. All right, boy. Yeah, it was a bunch of fluff. It was to be expected. It was absolutely nothing. Again, like I said, I had to learn the games that, boxing playing, and they playing with the people. And I've been around this shit longer than I don't know where Eddie Hearn was at in the back, what you call it, backfield or whatever, but I've been around this shit longer than a lot of these people. I've been looking at this shit longer than a lot of these people. I ain't know the fuck. Come on, bro. I've been in this shit for a minute now. Like I said, Eddie Hearn was somewhere playing the backfield or whatever else, and they really just playing a good game on the fans. Bill Haney playing a good game on the fans, but that's props to him for doing what he did. He made his son a young millionaire at an early age. He made his son be successful. I don't think, he don't be in the limelight for a bunch of bullshit until recently, and that's about dealing with hoes, but that's I always tell my son about stay away from him. You feel what I'm saying? That's the main thing or whatever. But outside of that, he ain't caught up in no DUIs, he ain't caught up in no drug cases, he ain't caught up in no mixes like that. And I always give him props for that. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't no hater. I've always given props for shit like that. So, props to him for even doing that. You know what I'm saying? But again, you just fucked around and you was poking the wrong nigga. You poked the wrong set of niggas. That's what you did. You really, really, really poked the wrong set of niggas, and he about to get fucked up. That's on everything I love.
All right. So after November 22nd, I have to say be respectful because, I'm trying to stay neutral. So you guys, you get the W. So what's next for you guys? So you guys going to go for undisputed?
Undisputed is the plan, but we ain't looking past Devin Haney. We need to fuck Devin Haney up and do what we need to do in that ring right there. We need to step on him and step over him. That's what we need to do on November 22nd. There's nothing else on my mind. If you notice, when I be on these interviews, I'm usually at home or I'm somewhere chilling because that's all I think about. I don't need to go out. I don't need to do shit.
If you're too dominant, if it's not a competitive fight, how are you going to, how this works, like you were saying, how are you going to get the other champions to get in the ring with you if it's not a competitive fight? How can we get it? If you guys just blow through,
so that's what we're gonna do. Just like the other guy, I was talking about, who you just tried to name that I don't want to talk about. Just like that guy, we're gonna make the fans demand the fights. We're gonna make the fans let them know they pussies. Then you start that's when you can start to peel back the layers of the bullshit. The layers of all of this. All right, boy. The layers of all of this shit they've been trying to the layers of wool they've been putting over your eyes. Because that's all it is. It's all a game. It's all a game. It's all a game. It's like even with they just did to my boy Malik Montgomery just the other night. I don't know if you saw that fight. Like when you get a loss, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been there. I've been on that side. When you get a loss and okay, this is the perfect time. This is this and then they'll put you in a certain place. They'll put you on a certain card. Like it's all by design. You know what I'm saying? Hello. Give me a minute. I'm at home. I'm on the interview. I'm calling right back. You have to give me a minute. I'll call you in 1 second. I'll meet you. All right. Anyway, all that shit done by design, and I know the design. I know the design that is done by. That's what they call perfect pickings. Even like what Floyd did, the best matchmakers. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it's a given. It's a given. Like to be honest with you, if Devin Haney was my fighter, I think his Bill ego took over. But Devin Haney shouldn't even be fighting Brian Norman, to be honest with you. That's the dumbest shit in the world. Bill Haney don't know how Devin Haney gonna act. Devin Haney don't know how he gonna act. I'm telling you from a fighter who's been there. Neither one of them know how they gonna act. Training camp going great. You doing good. You ain't got split. I had vertigo. Right? True story. I'm in the gym. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I'm in the gym. I'm doing what I'm doing, and I couldn't figure out what the fuck was happening or whatever else. I'm in the gym. I'm doing what I'm gonna go to the last fight. So once I figure out what was wrong with me, 09, if you can go back and look at my record, I retired twice. I retired in 09, then I retired in 2011. Because what I did, 09, I was 20, I was 30. Yes, I had just turned 30. So I retired when I was 30, and then I retired. I came back for one more fight when I was 32. So anyway, when I retired the first time, I didn't know what was wrong with me. I didn't know what was going on with me. Then I was walking my dog one day and I figured it out. The dog was wrapping the damn leash around me and I was spinning and nigga, the world started going in a million motherfucking miles per hour. So I went to the doctor. They told me what was up. I said, oh shit. So that's what it was all this time, right? It's cool. Boxing over with. Water under the bridge. I'm making money. I'm good. I ain't worried about this shit. It's out my system. I'm good. I'm thinking it's out my system. I'm training B though. I'm training my oldest son. We in the gym. And mind you, I'm only 30 years old. So I'm juggling up to get in there in the ring with other guys. I'm sparring people. I'm doing it. I'm fucking people up in the gym as a trainer. You feel what I'm saying? So I get a call for a fight for some good money, Dominique Wade or whatever else. And I'm like, I don't understand it. Like, okay, I know what happened to me. I know what was going on, but I've been fine. I can take punches. I've been doing my thing. So I'm like, let's get this shit another shot. Like, you only got one life. You know what I'm saying? You only got one life. I'm still young. Let's see if it is what it is. I don't think I even got dropped that fight. But what it was what I told my coach. And my coach stopped the fucking fight. You can go back and look at the seconds. I told my coach I was fucked up because I got dizzy again, like the round before. I told my coach I was fucked up like the round before. I said, what's happening again? I said, I ain't even sit down in the corner. I said, this is the last hoorah, my nigga. Let's go get it. That's what I did. Went back out there, and then my coach stopped it like 2 seconds before the fucking bell. Like, why the fuck would you do that? You know what I'm saying? And anyway, so that's what he did or whatever. That was because I made the mistake of telling him that nah, this shit happening again, but I didn't even go down. Like I was just dizzy. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But I'm telling you that from a motherfucker who had PTSD, from a motherfucker who had issue, you don't know until they arise in the fight again. So this is a dumbass decision by Bill Haney anyway. This is where he fuck up. You're going to put your son in a bigger motherfucking weight division against a bigger motherfucker, against a baddest puncher because of your fucking ego. You're a dickhead, and you're about to find out.
Well, at the end of the day, the fight happening, we got to get what you would call the best fight and the best. I like this fight. I'm excited about it. Like I said, B, I'm staying neutral. You and Bill is my people.
First of all, your ass ain't neutral. You ain't neutral. Ain't nobody in the town neutral. But guess what? Listen to me. I don't give a fuck. I will come to Bill Haney. I go to Bill Haney channel. I don't give a fuck. I will go to Bill Haney house and talk shit to that nigga. I don't give a fuck about nobody. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You, in essence, Bill, y'all niggas are fans. You don't know the game. Like I said, even with a nest, y'all look at it from a certain point. Y'all look at it. Yeah, I was right over there. No, you're a fucking fan. You don't understand. You don't have the eye that I'm looking at it from. My son has been taught from the eye that I look at it from. My son got dropped, like I keep telling y'all. Look at what he did. Look at how he handled it. Close his eyes. Relax. I told him from the start, this is what's going to happen, son. Relax. You need all them 8 seconds. Take your motherfucking time. Don't try to be big. Don't try to be bad. Don't try to jump up like you ain't hurt. Don't go flipping all over the place. Don't go acting ballistic. Chill out. You only got 8 seconds, my nigga. You feel what I'm saying? I've told him how to deal with any kind of situation. You feel me? I was able to teach because I've been on that side. And that's what I think was God given by me. I was able to get through all the trials and tribulations. I'm a bad motherfucker in general, in life. You feel what I'm saying? I made it by myself in life. I didn't need no motherfucking drugs. I didn't need no motherfucking handouts. I didn't need no motherfucking daddies to help me nowhere. You don't see none of that shit around me. You feel what I'm saying? So I did that myself. So what I did was went and instilled into my son the fucking toughness that I had. I didn't pussify my son. I don't go around doing shit. Hey, Dev, what you want, Dev? No, nigga, I don't do that. I treat him like a man. I don't go around, even what I'm saying right now. I don't go around glazing my son, so they say. I don't go around just, I'm just telling you who he is, what he can do, what I've seen him do, and what the fuck gonna happen. I don't go around saying he is almighty great and he can whoop everybody. No, I'm just telling you what he is. I'm gonna tell you a fact of what I've seen him do. I'm gonna tell you a fact of what the fuck he gonna do. They worried about the left hand. I was gonna put a video together like, you know what, that ain't work, but I'll do it after. They worried about the left fucking hook. Bro, he put a nigga in the stretcher in the right hand. It's on the internet. He done left a nigga in the stretcher over the right hand before. Santian, round 8, short right hand, boom, he buckled. You feel what I'm saying? The hook that he threw, Damian Corey, that he didn't knock him out in that fight. That was a fucking arm hook. He just boom. So to me, Devin Haney got to be trapped in the ring with a motherfucking lion for 12 motherfucking rounds. And ain't nobody done it yet. Nobody has been trapped in the round. That means that at any given time, at any given punch, you can get fucked up. No matter what. And you mean to tell me this PTSD having ass nigga going, okay, Red, bet it, run it. Let's get it. We're going to see how this shit work out for you. That's how I feel about it. We're going to see how it work out for you.
Okay. Hey, but check this out, though. Yes, I am a fan, but at the end of the day, I'm learning the business. That's why I bring you guys on. That's why I talk to you. That's why I talk to Kenny Porter, because I'm trying to learn as much as I can so I can give the fans the best interview. So yes, I am a fan first, but at the same time, I'm learning everything. I'm talking to people that's in the business because I want to be accurate and I want to give my audience, learning experience, them understanding how boxing works. That's why I bring you guys on. But yes, I am a fan. I admit that. But like I said, I'm not like these other dudes. I'm really out here trying to get all the intel and the information I know to where I could be the best journalist and media member of boxing that I can be. Now, Brian, I got to ask you something, and this is real talk. You said something that I respect you for because a lot of people are scared to go this direction. And it was, you mentioned it, I think it was on light-skinned dudes. Damn, I forgot his name. Mill City. I'm glad that you brought this up because I just talked to Kenny Porter about an hour ago, and I'm going to do a video about this. And you brought up something about Floyd, and then you brought up a conversation you had with Bill Haney about the Mayweather blueprint, which I think is
green.
I'm glad you brought that up because I have a big problem with Floyd because I respect Floyd on one end, but at the same time I don't because he kind of hurt black fighters because he didn't want to fight black fighters in his prime. He went down this path where he fought a lot of Hispanics and gave them paydays. And now you have people talking this nonsense about black fighters don't sell when the biggest fights in history have been between black fighters. It pretty much started with Ali and Frazier in Madison Square Garden. That set the tone for what you would call at first closed circuit TV, which led to eventually pay-per-view. And I'm glad that you brought that up because I feel like that's a disrespect to say that black fighters don't sell and that nobody wants to come see us fight. And then they put this stigma on us about, oh, well, black fighters, all they do is run. And then here's your son. Your son has been sensational in particularly in his last 3 performances. So I was glad that you brought that up because a lot of people been running from this subject. And I'm glad that you shed some light on that. So I just kind of wanted you to briefly tell my audience what you said and just go into detail as much as you can, because I appreciate you saying that. Because a lot of dudes are scared to talk about this type of shit, but you open up, that can of worms again, and we got to start discussing this shit, because I think it's a disservice when you got guys like your son and you got a lot of good black fighters out there, and they're trying to say that we don't sell and nobody wants to see us fight. That running stigma came, it was created by the media to like basically downplay the skill set of the black fighter to hit and not get hit situation. So that's why I wanted to ask you specifically about that before you sign off. I just wanted you to shed some light on that, because I know that you got to go, because I could see people calling you and everything. So just kind of explain what you was referring to.
All right, the green print, Floyd green print is what Bill said to me. What he called us, asked us to spar, whatever the case may be. He was like, "Nah, we weren't interested. You might be a potential opponent." I was with it. B wasn't, and which was good. So I believe that's divine intervention. I believe that was God telling him not to say it, because usually I can make that decision and make that go on, but I listened to my son. You know what I'm saying? And my son said what he said, and I ain't even bucket. I ain't even try to talk him out of it. I was like, "You might be right. Cool. You got it." He said, "I ain't no sparring partner. You're not a sparring partner. You're a fucking world champion." You feel what I'm saying? So that's for one. And then the second one, he was like, "Devin Haney might be a potential opponent. Look at where he at. Look at where he fighting at. You know what I'm saying? He right there in my weight class." That's another one. Hey, and I think that's what makes a good fight. That's what makes a good trainer boxer duo in itself. You know what I'm saying? Respect, mutual respect among each other. So when he did that, Bill called B, tried to sell him this drink. He called me first, and then I gave him B number. He tried to sell B. He was like, "Yeah, nah, he was talking good, talking like a little pimp." You know what I'm saying? He talked a good game, but he was like,
"That's one of my favorite songs too."
Yeah. So he was like, he taught a good game, you know what I'm saying? Whatever else. He was like, "I ain't gonna lie, if I wouldn't know who I was, I definitely would have went for him." He was like, "Nah, I'm not going for it, because I know that he's a potential opponent of mine and I want to fight him." That's what B said. I want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? And Bill was saying how he ain't gonna fight us, they ain't gonna never fight us. And Floyd done showed us that I kept saying green. It's the green print, but it's black and brown, not black and black. That's what I kept saying, black and green, but I made a mistake. I misspoke. He was saying black and brown. He said the money is in black and brown, not black. Brown meaning Latinos, amigos, whatever you want to call it. So, and if you look at the way, yeah. Now, this is what people got to understand. That is a real thing. Like, they say about Top Rank. I was told by Cameron Duncan that Top Rank used to have Cameron Duncan worked for Top Rank forever. And he was on that. And Top Rank was Brian manager. See, this is the difference between me. I'm gonna tell you the 100% truth. So he said they had a no black fight NBF, no black fighter rule. Like they will put an NBF on a certain fighter, certain type of fighter. They would not give them black fighters. They wouldn't let them fight black fighters. You feel what I'm saying? That's what Cameron Duncan told me after working there. So, and that's what he did with B coming up. That's why you see all them bombs and them tomato cans at the first beginning of my son's record. My son was 17 years old. We going places, but what he said proved to be true. And I'm gonna tell you how. And I'm gonna go back to the green print. But so my son taking people out, he fought a guy 5-1. So when we taking people out doing the little green print thing, we like, bro, this is ass competition. We ain't getting nothing out of it. We want to fight. Like the main event of this card, we would have beat him. You know what I'm saying? We would have knocked him out, right? So he's like, "Yeah, I know, but in Mexico it's a little different. I'm telling you how it works. I've been through this." What Cameron tells him, I'm out there. This is giving him all the respect and credit in the world. So he said, "Yeah, no, but I'm trying to tell you, it's not gonna work like you like. That's what's fair, but that ain't gonna. It's like, just because you beat them don't mean you're gonna beat them and blah blah blah. They'll rob you. They'll cheat you." That's what he's telling me. He probably got 5-1. It's on YouTube. The whole fight is on YouTube, right? Brian C 2127 is my YouTube channel. That's my old one. Brian C 2127 got 5-1. He fought the guy 5-1, and that was the guy that had been winning on their cause. Ass to me, but he knocked him out in the first round. He stopped in the first round just like he was supposed to. Raised my son's hand. Everything went fine. Everything was good. Week go by, 2 weeks go by. It's not on Box Red. Damn, what's going on? Another week go by, like a whole month or two went by. We call him trying to see what it. Vito fought again, and that Owen's still not on there yet. He had already fought again and got another win, but the Owen's still not on there yet. So we trying to figure out what's going on. Tell me why they came back and made it a no contest. The guy never even fought again, but they didn't. They did. They knew the promoter was visibly mad. Did not want. He did not. He didn't even speak to me. We was laughing and making jokes and shit about before the fight, but he was visibly mad, and they didn't even give him that win. So Brian is actually 29-0 23 knockout. That's for one. You feel what I'm saying? But Cameron Duncan was exactly right. He over in Mexico like that. It don't work like you think it's gonna work all the time. Just because it's right don't mean it's gonna be right. They went through the whole fight. We sent the fight to the commissioner. We did everything. They would not give us that win. So we like, bro, what the fuck? What's the reason? There was no reasoning. Mexico, they did not give us that win. Now, fast forward to the green print now. So that's how Cameron Duncan was moving us. We didn't want to be moved that way. Understand? We were thinking, or we were willing to attempt to be the best. I say we think we're the best. We were trying to be the best. So that's what we training for. We training to be the best. We ain't training to be the best motherfucking magician, magic maker that makes something look like it look. We ain't looking to be the best smoking mirror to get in there with a little guy to make it look like we a Hulk. We looking to be the real deal best. At 147, a real weight class, a weight class we walking around at. Not at 135, not at 126, not at 140. No. We're looking to be the best at where we at. You feel what I'm saying? People not respecting that part. Now, the no black fighter rule, us, even with Quentin Roundle, we asked for Quentin Roundle fight. They didn't give us Quentin Roundle. They even said, "Are you sure?" We sure. You feel what I'm saying? So they went, and then they go back to Boca. I mean, that's what they try to do. We ain't trying to go by that blueprint. We ain't trying to go by the Bill Haney blueprint that what he did with the Devin and the this and the that. Again, like I told you, they say Brian Norman did what he did against people that were standing right in front of him. When I just told you, Gamboa stood right in front of him, Linares stood right in front of him, Jojo Diaz stood right in front of him, Brian Garcia stood right in front of him, Jose Ramirez. So you can't make the same argument without making yourself look stupid. I know what I'm looking at. I know what I'm dealing with. I'm just dealing with motherfuckers that gonna twist and turn the shit as it go. I know what's going on. You feel me? But the green print is simply just black fighters and it's really easy. Black fighters that have some athleticism, athletic abilities, and you're gonna have a Mexican fighter standing right in front of you. You got the Mexican fan base that's gonna bring out the Mexican crew just because they're Mexican, even when they got a good record, they're gonna bring out their Mexican fan base. And then you got the Americans or whatever else, even when they bring them out, and we notorious for this, we just want to see our guys lose. Ain't that some shit? You feel what I'm saying? So they gonna bring us out.
There it is.
Lose or draw.
There it is.
So win, lose, or draw. They just want to see us lose. So you're gonna get money on both sides. So I agree with you to a degree that Floyd did mess up boxing to a degree, but at the time you got to think about it this way. Let's try to think about it from the other end. Remind you, he the first one doing this. So from the other end, you got to look at 100 million or 50 million versus 2 million, 3 million. You understand what I'm saying? That's a big ass difference. So if you find these amigos and they're bringing out these Mexican fans and they're bringing out all these pay-per-views and they're bringing out all of this and that and whatever, you feel what I'm saying? And they're bringing out that kind of money. So now you go fight who was out there? Zab. Let's say Zab. You're gonna go fight a Zab. Of course, he fought Zab, but I'm saying you're gonna go fight a Zab for $2 million. Like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? So it's all about how you look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, was he trying to be the best? Was he trying to just, I don't know. He fought Andre Berto. He was black. You know what I'm saying? That's at the end. Of course, we know what's up, but I'm just saying he fought Berto at the end or whatever. He was black. Some people say he ducked Paul, what was my boy name? That's my boy.
Paul Williams.
Paul Williams. That's my boy. I'm so sorry. Yeah, he from here, pretty much. He down the street. Paul Williams. I seen Paul Williams before he even
came
up.
Send him my way. Hey, Brian, send him my way too. I love Paul Williams.
I ain't seen Paul in some years. Now he tried to sign B. This was about 3 years ago. He was in the gym up here, Lugo Gym. He had a fighter with him and he was training to fight, and B went to Lugo Gym and he was fucking some shit up. And he was like, "Hey man, who we with?" But he was still with Cameron Duncan at the time, whatever. That's the last time I seen Paul, about 3 years ago. So I don't know what he got going on right now. But he right down about 2 hours away in Augusta.
Oh, okay.
Augusta, South Carolina. Yeah. Augusta, Aiken, South Carolina. Augusta, Aiken, South Carolina is right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. But what I was saying with Floyd, it's just that he, to a certain degree, he went out of his way not to give give the brothers like a payday. And
I
I
forgot to
understood.
address it.
I understood.
I don't think that's what it was. I hear what you say. I don't know
I
though.
do.
I
I
don't know.
do.
Listen, but hear me out. Hear me out. I hear
Okay.
what you're
Okay.
saying. I hear what you're saying. But again, I just gave you the numbers. Are he's the one that got to go do the work. I don't think it was necessarily him trying to not give the guys payday because again, he gave Andre Berto a payday he didn't have to give him at the end. You feel what
He
I'm
fought
saying? Like,
Andre Berto over a girl.
see, again, you know more than I know. I don't know nothing about that. You feel?
I'll text you what happened. He fought Andre Berto over a girl.
That's fine.
He
That's
fought
fine.
him
But I'm
over a
just
fucking girl.
but I don't think, but I'm saying when if you talking $20 million, 50 million, $100 million versus $2 and $3 million to fight these black fighters, because it's all about what the fight gonna sell. It's all about what the fight gonna do. And listen, Americans and black Americans, all we gonna be doing is looking to see which nigga gonna lose. You're gonna have an American fan base. You're not gonna have like even with Ricky Haddon. Ricky Haddon had that UK fan base. What's his name? Conor McGregor. He had that Irish fan base. You feel what I'm saying? It's just putting fan bases against fan bases. So it's just really all about how you look at it. So I don't really think it was personal towards no black fighters. I don't believe that. I think it was just this is an enormous amount of more money than us just putting American against American and black Americans against black American. It just didn't make sense. I mean, just how you look at it, I guess.
Hey, you know what? You know what this sound like? Sound like B. Did you ever see that movie with Samuel L. Jackson called The Great White Hype? And he said that line where he said niggas is tired of paying good money to see niggas beat up on niggas. And basically he went and found the white boy out of the cuts. And then
Right.
they played into the whole race thing. And then James the Grim Reaper Roper, which I already know your son would never train like David West, which that shit was funny when he came into that fight with a pot belly. But you kind of get the logistics of where I'm going. It almost seemed like that's what actually has happened. It almost seemed like it was a prediction because what I think it is, I do think social media did this. I think the networks did it. I think the fighters did it. And I'm going to be honest with you. That's why I brought you here. But then I'm finna do the groundwork. I know I didn't burn a lot of bridges sometimes, Brian, because sometimes I don't get credentialed for the big fights because I'm very candid and I keep it 100 because I tell the truth. And I have called these black fighters out about the cooning and the dismissing black fighters. That's the problem that I had with Tank. That's the problem that I had with a lot of these other black fighters because at the end of the day, Brian, it's up. You didn't did your part. You called out Tim Bradley. Now it's our job as media and not only black people to start saying, "Hey, we got stars."
I'm agreeing with you with the message, but you ain't hearing what I'm telling you about the results that they're looking for. They're looking for the big payday results for a easier job, a easier task.
Trust me, I get it. I'm gonna speak on a solo beat. I know exactly what you're saying. I don't
what
want
I'm saying.
I don't
think
want
it's
this interview to
personal.
be more controversial than what it is. I know exactly what the fuck you saying. Trust me.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's more so. I ain't gonna get them niggas no money. Nah, you ain't finna make no. I don't think it's more so of that. It's just this is more money. If I go fight Conor McGregor with his Irish fan base behind him, if I fight Ricky Haddon with his UK fan base, I mean, he was fighting different fan bases. He was just fighting Mexicans all the time. He was just doing, and the one that's love boxing is Mexicans. And the two greatest nationalities that run boxing is black and Mexican, or African American and Mexican. I mean, that's a known fact. You got Mexican and you got black. And out there in California, I didn't know how racist it was out there until after Santiago fight, and I saw how racist them comments was, and some of them because over here in Georgia, over here in the South, amigos and black. I keep telling people, my great granddaddy was a Mexican. Full blood. You feel what I'm saying? So we don't have them problems over here, though. We don't have them problem with Mexicans not getting away from getting along with blacks. We ain't
Yeah,
ever.
because it's more y'all than it is them. Listen,
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
guess
tell you
that we
something.
don't. We don't deal with that. We don't have that. Now in Florida,
No,
though.
I need you to hear this. I need you to hear this before you continue. I've been in California all my life, born and raised in Oakland, California. I can tell you right now, it's certain parts of LA that if me and you went to, we would need some weapons because I had to almost pack some of them up. So I can tell you, remember, I was there in San Diego when
Right.
I heard the
So you
booze.
saw that. You saw that. Yeah. Did
I
you see them
heard
kick me
that
out? Did you see them
Mayate
kick me
shit.
out the ring? You see them kick me out the ring?
Yeah,
They
remember
kicked me out. Yeah.
that's how we first met.
Yeah.
I
So
was
listen.
mad.
My thing on that though, like I said, it's not like that around America. We don't have no problem with amigo. I was shocked. Like when we see each other, it's all love. Like we know we in the same struggle. We know we got the same. Like I said, it was new to me, and I've been in California. I've been to California many times, and I still never dealt with it. I guess I just never had to deal with it, or never been in a place who deal with it. But I have never seen no racism out there, from Black America. I haven't. I've been, like I said, I've been there several times. I'm talking several, like I'm say 10 before that, and
You
I've
want to do
never.
a road trip?
No, I believe you. I believe you. I believe
You
what
want
you're
to do a
saying.
road trip?
Now, I believe what you're saying. I believe if I was probably looking for it or looking at it with a different mind, I might have would have seen some shit I didn't see. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you from where I'm from, we all cool. We all homeboy. We all in one over here. You feel what I'm saying? Like over here, I think in New York, I think I'll be on the East period. We all in one. So we don't, that's some West Coast stuff. I don't know about. I think in Florida, you got some Latinos like Cubans and whatever else that's more so conservative or whatever else that think they tend to. I've heard about this, but I've dealt with it maybe once or twice. That sometimes they just think, just by the color of your skin, think you beneath them, or I don't know what they got going on. But other than that, as a whole, we didn't have to deal with that, bro.
Well, like I said, I've been in California all my life. Now, where I'm at in the Bay Area, it's okay. We kind of like have this unwritten rule with the blacks and the Mexicans: don't fuck with us, and we won't fuck with y'all. That's pretty much how it is. We got this understanding that you respect us and we'll respect you. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like how I really don't care for how some of these Latinos be using the N-word loosely, because I'm kind of funny style about that. I got to be completely honest with you, but I can tell you this much: in Georgia, like I said, y'all outnumber them. Like y'all outnumber them. So of course,
when I came up, we used to hang together. We real deal. Like I got partners. We used to Puerto Ricans, some Mexicans. We hung together. We was cool.
That's different.
Yeah.
Because all the Latinos don't like each other. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm in California. I done seen it all. I'm trying to tell you this. I'm trying to tell you, I done been all over California. I wasn't even surprised at the shit that they did to y'all in San Diego, the booze and that's the problem that I have. You guys are Americans, you Black Americans. I feel like this. I understand Mexicans supporting other Mexicans, so what's the excuse for the people that are not Mexican that sit up there and root for the Latino fighter against the black fighter? That's the problem that I have. People want to talk people want to talk the patriot shit when it's convenient, and that's the problem that I have.
But black fighters do it too. We black people do it to us.
And I called the niggas out for that shit too. I keep it. Yeah. Watch my channel. I done called all them dudes out for that shit. I called them out for that shit.
I don't get into that when it comes to that. I ain't never had, I'm gonna be real, you know what I'm saying? And this probably come back and get me later on, whatever else. I've had a problem with, I'm not racist towards nobody, but I've only had white people burn me like that. I had black people burn me. I ain't never had no Latinos burn me. I guess maybe they never had the chance. But I don't get into that when it comes to the races or the race, whatever called with that. But I had white people burn me the worst because they burn me where it counts. environment where they can make something happen, and they specifically go out their way to make it not happen. So I done had them burn me the worst. And then on side of that, it's been the black people who just cutthroat crabs in the barrel type shit. You get what I'm saying? But as far as
hey, trust me, and I understand exactly what you. I understand exactly what you're saying. I call all that shit out. I hold everybody accountable. But with Caucasian people, like you said, they control the infrastructure. So when they control everything, they pretty much can make it up as they go along. So trust me, I understand completely what you saying. I understand everything. Trust me.
Right. Low.
All right, hey, well, Brian, I appreciate you coming on here.
Okay.
You done gave me some Cat Williams shit. I might do a DJ Blad. I might chop this shit up, do some DJ Blad shit. But I appreciate you coming on here. You always welcome.
Hey, why you think they always call me on every channel? They want me to talk some shit, and I'm gonna talk some shit. And guess what? It ain't fake. It's gonna be right from the heart. That's for sure.
Hey, you and Cat Williams are
hey, listen. I mean, every single word I ever say. My face means everything to me. You feel what I'm saying? I mean every word I say. Unless divine interventions come on somewhere and step in, Devin Haney is getting fucked up. That's it. There's no way around that. I'm gonna holler at you later.
All right, appreciate you.
All right, for sure.